Hey guys, today I have my October favourites to share with you. It's a pretty streamlined favourites this month. I don't have much in the way of like books or skincare or anything to share with you. It's just makeup this month. So I'm just going to jump right in with the skin products. I've been really enjoying Rimmel's Lasting Finish foundation. This is in my Finish 30 by the 31st. So it's a good thing that I'm enjoying it. It's a very nice full coverage foundation. It's very lightweight. It's buildable as well. Sometimes I just use a single pump, or sometimes I'll go up to a pump and a half or 2 pumps depending on how my skin is that day or how full coverage I want it to be that day. It's great for mixing with illuminators or just using it by itself. I'm using it by itself today, but I do have a lot of illumination going on. I've also got a lot of light going on today because I don't know if you can maybe hear the rain and hailstones and potential snow later in the day bashing off the windows. So I've got extra lights going on, so I might be a little bit washed out today, sorry. But yeah, I've been enjoying this guy. And for my cream highlighter, I haven't really been mixing foundation with illuminator all that much recently. I've mostly just been using liquid light highlight on my cheekbones, and the one I've been reaching for the most is the 17 Skin Wow, which again is in the Finish 30 by the 31st. But this is really nice. I find sometimes with a lot of liquid illuminators, they can be very cream-like and that can make them really thick, and this is very much of a lotiony texture. And it just sort of blends really well into the skin. You could mix this with your moisturizer if you just wanted a glowy fresh face look without any makeup on. You could use it on your décolletage, mix it with body lotion if you wanted, or just put it on top of foundation as I do.
Now I need a tissue. And there's none nearby, and there's no baby wipes nearby. Oh Lord! What am I gonna do?
Elsewhere in the face, I've been really enjoying finishing powders. Of course, I have the Guerlain Metiorites Travel. This is in Mythic, and this is just like a loose powder. It's very shimmery. And I just use like a dual fiber brush, and I blend this all over my face as a finisher. Or sometimes I will use this guy, which is the Meteorites in Crazy Pearls, and I got this on clearance from Debenhams a long time ago. I think this may have came out 2014, possibly Christmas 2013. I'm not entirely sure, but they look like this. They have these bright pink ones. If I'm finishing over my face, I'll try and avoid as much of the bright pink pearls as I can, or I will use it focusing on the pink pearls over my cheeks, and it just kind of gives a bit more of a pop of pink. I don't have any on at the moment. Just let me grab a little duo fiber brush and I'll just get some on there. Don't know if it'll show up, but you can kind of, the lights probably wash out, but you can kind of see a little bit more of a pink up here. Sometimes if I'm not wearing a lot of makeup, I will also use this just as a blush. Like if I'm just wearing moisturizer, I'll just put that on as blush to bring a bit of colour to my face, and it does give just a nice natural sort of flush of colour. The other blush I've been gravitating towards quite frequently is Warm Soul. I don't have this on today either. I'm wearing Raisin from my Finish, I can't remember. I will annotate which project it's in. I can't keep track of them anymore. I just know that they're products in Use Out projects, but Warm Soul is not. But I do like to wear Warm Soul on top of Raisin because it is just a very nice glowy blush, and it just brings a bit more of a reflect to give the cheeks a bit more dimension, because sometimes the Raisin and the bronzer can just sort of blend together and just look a little bit blah, whereas this can bring a bit more warmth to it and a bit more dimension, as I said. You guys have been really enjoying the declutter videos that I've been putting up lately, and during that process I rediscovered all of my small palettes of eyeshadow, like duos, trios, that kind of thing, and I decided to sort of dabble in them and rediscover them and play with them in there. It was a lot of fun, and I've got 3 to share with you that I've been using the most. First of all, we have Surabaya by Nars, and this is just, it's a very famous duo, but they're just these gorgeous browns. I use these pretty much daily now. They're just so pigmented and gorgeous. So that's Surabaya there. They are beautiful. If you're going to invest in a high-end duo, I would totally recommend this one, because these colors are just so versatile. If you only had 2 dark browns in your collection, I would totally recommend these ones. This one is a Discontinued duo from YSL. It's the ones that come in this pretty fingerprint magnet packaging. But they discontinued these a long time ago, I feel. This is in the shade 35. I can't remember what it's actually called, but this has a nice sort of shimmery lid shade and a nice crease shade, and there are swatches of it. The crease shade's quite matte, and then it's a really nice sort of darker lid. It's not too bright or illuminating, which is kind of what I like about it. And on some days I just reach for these two and create a look. But today I mostly used this guy, which is a Lancome palette in Terre d'Ivoire. And originally I was going to declutter this. Like when I did declutters, I think maybe either last year or the year before, I thought about getting rid of this because I didn't reach for it. And I was like, you know, I've got so many other eyeshadows in my collection that pretty much are the same thing. And I do. But I picked it up and I looked at it and I was like, you know, it is gorgeous. There was a reason why I picked it up, and it probably was because it's gorgeous. But the quality of the eyeshadows, you just need to sort of tap into them. They're super freaking pigmented. They're so super soft, and they blend really, really well. I like using this one as an inner corner highlight. For about a week straight, I was wearing a look created with all of these colours. As you can see, I've started making a little bit of a dip in this lid shade here. And today even I've got a little bit of that black in my outer V there, just to deepen everything up. Use it as a bit of definition. And I'm absolutely loving it. I'm actually kind of toying with the idea of doing like a pan that palette kind of thing with a few of my smaller shadow palettes, or a 1 month 1 palette kind of challenge in 2017. It feels weird saying 2017, but okay. Let me know what you guys think of that idea. I did try and do a pan that palette twice. I tried to do one with 3 small palettes and that didn't go very well. I tried to do one with a naked palette and I ended up with eye irritation with the glitter. I still actually haven't gone back to using that palette. I should bust it out again and give it a try. But I have been thoroughly enjoying these. The other eye product that I've been loving is another eyeshadow, and this is from Makeup Revolution. I know we've gone from ultra high end to £1 eyeshadow, and this is what I've got in my inner corners today. And this is in Illuminate. I was using a shadow from MUA that was in Finish 15 by Halloween, and it broke, and it was such a cheap eyeshadow that I didn't feel it was necessary to repress it, and I just haven't continued using it. It's broken. I'm considering it done. So I went looking for another inner corner highlight to use, and this is what I came out with. It is beautiful, and it's such a smooth formula. Like, I was really enjoying the MUA one, but it's compared to this one, it's very gritty and powdery. This is very smooth and buttery, like, you know, for the price point. I mean, I'm not comparing it to like Nars or anything. For really cheap eyeshadows, it's really, really good quality. Would highly, highly recommend if you're on a budget. Did I say that was the last one? I have another one. This is something that I swapped into one of my project pans. And this is the number 7 eye pencil, eyeshadow pencil in Precious. And this was limited edition, you can't get it anymore, but just generally these eyeliner eyeshadow pencils, they're really nice, they're really creamy, they have really good pigmentation to them. I've actually got a couple here to hand that I will swatch also. This one is in Pink Pearl, which, as you can see, they're just so smooth and blendy. And this one is in Coffee Bean, which is beautiful. I really like Coffee Bean. It is so rich and dark and pigmented. I haven't actually used those two, but it's this one. Well, like, I have used them, but they're not being mentioned specifically in this favorites. This is the one I've been using the most, and it's just pretty. It goes with all the eyeshadows that I've mentioned earlier. It goes really well with the eyeshadows I have in my project pans, and it's really nice. Like, in my project pans, I had really dark cream shadows. I had On and On Bronze, Fuller Fudge, even this one here, which I'll just get for you. This guy, the Creamy Beige from Maybelline, it's still really quite dark when you compare it to how bright this Precious Gold is. So it's just, it's sort of lifted my makeup. I kept feeling as though all my eye makeup was like getting really dark really quickly, and I think it was mostly because of the cream shadows, whereas I swapped to using the shadow pencil and everything's all bright and airy, and it makes me feel happy again. So I'm happy that I made the switch, and I would thoroughly recommend checking out the number 7 Stay Precise eyeshadow pencils. They're really, really nice, and they kind of remind me a lot of those MAC ones that they had for a long time, like Shade Sticks. They remind me a lot of those. I always wanted one, but they discontinued long before I ever got to purchase one.
And look how hard they are to get off. They're like super staying power, like scrub stuff.
And lastly, of course, are lip products. It wouldn't be a favourites video, or generally a video of mine, if I didn't mention some kind of lipstick. But this month I only have 3 to share with you. This first one is the Kate Nude collection. This is in the shade 45. This is in a Project Use It Up, and I've been using this a lot lately. It is like a really nice throw on nude. It's got a nice sort of pinky neutral base to it. It doesn't wash me out, it just adds the right amount of colour. It's kind of very natural and I adore it a lot. And then we have what I have on my lips at the moment, and this is the Rouge Coco in Mademoiselle. I think this was, no, the first lipstick I bought from Chanel was Boy. This was like the second one that I got, and it is beautiful. It's like a gorgeous brownie rose shade, and as I said, that's what I've got in at the moment. It's got a little bit of like a coral undertone to it, but it is so pretty. It's perfect for, like, I don't want to say glam it up, but it's like, it's very sophisticated. It turns something that could go, it turns a look that could go very vampy or very un-daytime appropriate to something very chic and sophisticated in daytime. So yeah, like the look I have on at the moment, if I changed this lip colour to something darker, it would make it really vampy, but this just keeps it very day wear, which I like. And lastly for the lip category is this one from Maybelline, and this is in Caramel Infused. This is one of the colour elixirs, and I actually really like these. If I didn't own so many like lip products, I would probably pick up some of the other colours as well, but I really like this one. Again, it's kind of like a brownie rose. It would actually look really nice on top of this. Just make it a little bit glossy. Never use the viewfinder. No biggie. And yeah. So the sun's decided to come out, so the colour is now super whacked out. So I hope you guys enjoyed my favourites. I do have 2 fails that I wanted to talk about really quickly. First of all is this eyeliner that I showed in my last haul video, and this is the Revlon Colorstay eyeliner in Jade, and I was super excited about this product. Like I said, I love dual tone eyeliners, and this was like a creamy twist up pencil, and it swatches. It swatches amazing. It swatches really pretty. Let me show you how it goes on your face though. It goes on something like that. Something like that is how it'll go on in your eye, and sometimes it doesn't show up. It's a bit well, I say a bit patchy, it is patchy, and it tugs, so me no happy. Yeah, it doesn't show up in the waterline either, so I'm really disappointed in this thing. I was so super happy, especially after seeing it swatched, but it's really not good. It's really not good at all, so I would totally not recommend this at all. The other thing that I was disappointed in was the Rimmel Fresher Skin Foundation. This just recently launched. I'm on like their newsletter list. Anyone can sign up to it. It's not like a PR thing. But you can apply to get a sample of the foundation sent to you, which is what I did, and it came in the shade Ivory, which was a shade too dark. That's fine. It was, you know, just promos, whatever. But it was horrible. It was from what I gathered, it was supposed to be similar to the Max Factor Whipped foundation, which I like. I like it. It's a very creamy, dewy foundation, but I can get a decent length of time out of it. I can get like a good 8 hours out of it. This, I managed to get like 2.5, and then it just started going really greasy looking and separating on my skin. Even though I'd powdered it, I'd set it, and it oxidized really bad. It was probably more noticeable because the shade itself was already too dark, but it seriously oxidized. It went like orange on me. It was really bad. I will read what it says. Revolutionary texture transforms whilst blending on skin from bouncy water gel to a refreshing cream. Yes, it does that. Light buildable coverage, doesn't clog pores, lets skin breathe. When it says lightweight, it means like non-existent. Like non-existent. We're talking like tinted moisturizer quality coverage. So yes. Natural mineral powders help absorb excess oil, leaving skin shine free all day. That is a lie. Total lie. Aloe, chamomile and sea algae extracts help reduce the appearance of redness and even out skin tone. I didn't think it left my skin tone very even at all. So I mean, I gathered from the whole fresher skin concept that it was meant to be light coverage and dewy and whatever. So don't put your product under that umbrella of concept and then turn around and say absorbs excess oil and leaves skin shine free when you've obviously marketing a dewy skin product. But yeah, I didn't think much of it at all. Maybe if you had dry skin, it would probably be amazing. It did not do anything for me, and I've got relatively normal skin now. I used to have more combination to oily skin when I was younger, but it's more along the normal range now, and I just did not think much of it. I did try and film a little first impressions review. I filmed myself applying it, and I came back within like a couple of hours and I was like, you know what, I can't do this anymore. I have to wash this off my skin because it feels horrible. I could feel it. It's not very often that I can feel foundation on my skin. So yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know this is, I'd pass. I'd really pass. So yeah, those are my favourites and a couple of fails. If you like the idea of me including a couple of fails in my favourites videos, let me know and I will do that again in future. And I will see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching and bye bye.